Well guys, this is a video of two old pair of work boots. Just the kind of story you guys want to hear on your wonderful day of watching videos. Well, of course, the pair here on the left is a Cat brand steel-toed work boots. And the pair on the right is a Terra brand pair of steel-toed work boots. The model or style, if you will, is the Arrow brand. Now, of course, the Terra ones I've had for about 6 years. I bought them when I worked at a lumber yard in town. Of course, they were part of the PPE, or the protective equipment that they required you wear while on their premises. And these ones here I bought when I worked at another retail in-house store lumberyard in town here, and they're only about 3 years old. Now, granted, you can tell just by the look at them which pair is looking rather tired and which pair is looking rather passable. So of course we'll go first to the oldest pair, the Terra brand, and just give them a look over. Of course, you see wear marks in the you can see marks here where the left foot has worn more than the right due to running a clutch and stuff like that. It wears out your boots a little quicker, but other than that, the sole seems fairly intact still. You do a look around the shoe itself. The stitching is fairly intact. There's a little bit of fraying going on here, but other than that, there's no real big cuts or gouges or rips or tears or nothing here. The toes, being they got the little bump guard here, the toes, as you can see, they're rounded a bit. They're a little worn from the but they're not cut or worn through. Of course, the heels are worn on them on the inside of the shoe, and of course they've had newer insoles put in them. Now, of course, on to the Cats. Again, these shoes here are about 3 years old. We'll do a bit of a look at them as well. So here, pretty much the same. You have quite a bit of wear on the soles. The left one here is pretty much worn, almost smooth, where she needs to have grip. The right one's not too far behind. You do a lap around the shoe itself, and you see various holes and rips and tears, and of course their footwear, right? They're gonna experience if you want to call them abuse, right? Use and abuse. And of course, being they didn't have the toe guards, they wore out in the toe from rubbing and scraping on stuff. So of course, I'm not saying that one brand is inferior to the other, because I'm hard on any pair of shoes, whether it's steel-toed shoes or runner shoes or street shoes. They wear out prematurely, or either way. Just the Terra brand, I find they last longer for me. They're must be different quality, better made. Where the Cat shoes, I've gone through a few pair in my work career, and they always seem to not quite last as long as other brand of shoes. I'm not sure if it's just because they're slightly lesser quality, or if they just don't stand up to normal day-to-day use. The natural choice for me when I went to go buy a replacement pair of shoes to replace these ones, I went down looking for Cats, thinking, okay, I can make do another 3 years with a pair of Cats. And unfortunately, in my town that I live in, their one store was closed the day I went looking, and the other store was out of stock of the runners, or the low-cut shoes. And I wasn't buying work boots, really. I don't need to have work boots in my line of work. So, of course, that being said, I naturally was able to find the Terra brand of work boots. And of course, 6 years later, they haven't discontinued this brand of work boot, nor have they discontinued the model or style of work boot. So that must obviously tell you that there is some kind of quality there, where if they were garbage or light duty stuff, they still wouldn't be around after all these years. They would have discontinued them and you know, got in something else. So of course, the new Terra Aero model or style work boot has similar grip, a little bit beefier of a grip compared to the old one. It has similar stitching. It has a little air pocket at the back, as well as the you know, bump guard or toe guard here at the front, and you know, your normal laces and the padded tongue and things like that. So of course, with all of my work boots, I'm in and out of the vehicle a lot in wet locations, muddy locations. You know, they get stuff spilt on them, stepped in things, and to protect them. So what I like to use on all of my shoes, my work boots and other outdoor items, is this all-purpose protector. It's not really a waterproofing spray, it's more of a water-resistant spray. With me, I'm in and out of my vehicle a lot, stepping in mud, stepping in water, spilling things, getting stuff spilt on them. Everything from gas to chemicals to all sorts of good stuff. So of course, the logical choice would be to help protect your shoes to get a couple of years extra out of them. So what we'll do, guys, is we'll go outside, we'll give these a coat and let them dry, and then probably give them a secondary coat as well. So of course, guys, with this spray, I've never put it on like super heavy. I would always do several light coats first. But it comes on, you know, wet looking, and when she dries, she'll dry a, you know, dry look, clear look. No, should be no film or residue whatsoever. So guys, that's pretty much, you know, it. Just to clarify again, I'm not picking on any particular brand on how well they stand up. In the defense of the cat shoes, they were worn pretty hard. You know, they were put through a lot, and they weren't really well took care of. I did pound them fairly well, and to get 3 years out of a pair of work boots that you wear for whatever it is, 9-10 hours a day, you know, 5-6 days a week, that's fairly decent. And for the Terra ones, you know, they are 6 years old, and at the same time, they were worn again about the same amount of time, same amount of hours. It's just maybe I've got a good pair out of the batch. You know, maybe I got one that was special crafted, that had extra attention that day, or whatever. But these pair here, being a newer model, newer brand, would tend to reason they're either of the same quality of the pair that I have, or they're made with totally different material by a totally different factory, totally different person. So of course, time will tell on them on how well they stand up, and if they wear out prematurely. So guys, as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.